gonna go up
I
to like.
figured out one.
Hey, yay.
Yay.
Someone was saying something.
I figured out my apologies. I figured out my modifier because I tried to roll the Arcana.
Yeah, the symbols are still below you, so yes.
Alright. That is a 27.
Hot damn, that's very high.
Oh.
Proficiency in Arcana bonus.
To put it simply, the runes beneath you are foreign. As I said to Rosalio, they are still that of summoning. However, it's also mixed with binding. As if whatever summoned you here, it wanted to hold you here for as long as it could.
This 8-foot long dragonborn that looks kind of like a lung dragon. He's squinting a little bit at his room. He's like, well, want it, not leave.
I'm sorry?
Quick question, DM.
Yeah?
Is there a noteworthy edge? You said this was a magic circle.
Yeah.
Nova is gonna try to run to the edge of the circle and jump off. There seems to be like a floor. I don't really know how that
The
works.
edge of the magic circle is right where the swirling void begins.
Oh, okay, we're not gonna do that then. Nova's just gonna look around and try to look as small as possible to avoid being seen as good as she. Is there anyone here that doesn't look confused?
You see...
Rosalio doesn't actually really know what's going on, but is faking knowing. And considering I have a plus 11 to my deception, he's doing it quite well.
As...
Warren isn't confused, but that's just because he's too focused on trying to find a place to put his paper clippings.
Also,
He'll worry about the other stuff afterwards, but he needs to put this down because he's in the middle of a case.
Rosalio is a medium height. 1 second, just trying to make character description. How about I just send the photos I got?
Yeah, if you all want, you can send your character descriptions in chat, or we can say it in a few moments. Because as each of you begin to recognize what is happening and come to terms with where you are, those people who were turning ashen now begin to turn to ash, falling apart piece by piece, and you hear the shrillest screams you've ever heard in your life. Ones as if they were seeing their child be murdered is the best way to put it.
That's distressing.
A day.
I'm going to yell out into the room again in Celestial, Infernal, and Sylvan for whatever's doing this to show themselves. I'm going to try and be as intimidating as possible.
You have no right to order us around. Who do you think you are?
Someone who doesn't want to watch ads.
You all hear this voice similarly in every language that you speak However, as it speaks in the rafters where the light is coming from, you begin to see forms visible in each of the archways that make up the dome. Some have the visage of a celestial with large feathered wings. Others are much more earthly, like those of a dragonborn, or darker, like a demon, whose skin, although not visible entirely, when looking at its shape, you can feel the burns that it has all over its body from living in the Nine Hells. And these figures alight as they respond.
Did someone ask earlier, like, if anyone was looking confused?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at Michael, he's right now experiencing like a combination between a visual confusedness, but a much more fucking terrified.
Understandable.
My character is quite like nervous and a little afraid, but not showing it on his face. Matter of fact, he's trying to project like calm and in control vibes outward. Though how effective that is kind of up to the question, considering the situation. But she is trying.
Since you're looking so confident, like, I'm gonna like fucking get closer to you by within like, you see you rather in the know. What do we do? He puts out his hand for the handshake again.
Well, first, we figure out what their goal is. Then, we can work out how to get out of it. Yes.
I would like everyone to give me a perception check.
Aha, that's a 6.
17.
16.
17 as well.
Alrighty.
Nine.
Everyone who rolled a 15 or higher, you see as Rosalio asks this question of what their goal is. Everyone else in the room besides you has now entirely turned to ash, their garb having fallen to the ground, and their ashes, which made up their being, swirl around you all and out into the inky blackness. And in this darkness, those of you who rolled 15 or higher can see almost a beast, indescribable in its shape, however humanoid. It simultaneously feels divine and infernal, that of Fae and the Shadowfell. And the darkness gives shape to the ashes as this indescribable being is given body in the darkness. Not
Well,
entirely
I suppose
formed.
you would be our host then?
You hear a laugh that once more echoes throughout the room. But no response.
Things are starting to look hectic. Warren is going to put away his paper clippings, and he's going to pull out a cigar. He's going to light it, and with a quick puff, he's going to burn the cigar.
How...
He's going to cast level 1...
May I ask how you light it? Do you light it with magic?
Yeah, I'm casting a first level spell slot.
Okay, what spell are you casting?
Mage armor.
Ooh, how fun. What would your magic normally look like?
Normally, my magic would take the form of smoke, as I use my cigars, my detective cigars, as a conduit to channel my magical energy.
As you expend your magic, what would normally appear made of smoke is almost swirled away into the darkness as well, and you feel your magic being drained of you. You still feel the protection that would normally come from you casting this spell. However, there is no visible component to it, and it feels slightly weakened.
But it's still in effect, right?
Yeah.
It just feels weaker.
Yeah.
You,
Gotcha.
magic science person, the one who understood more about this magic circle. See if you could figure out some sort of what's exactly going on with magic, please.
Alright. Well, let's see here. Would that be an invitation for another detect magic? I mean, not detect magic, arcana check.
What is your stat that you use for spellcasting?
It would be charisma.
Charisma. In that case, yes, make me an arcana check, but use your charisma stat in place of your intelligence.
Alright.
Going away.
I have expertise, but still
You have expertise in insight?
not insight. Oh, I mean
Not insight,
oops, is it
arcana.
Insight?
No, it's arcana. You have expertise in arcana?
Arcana.
Oh yeah, you're a
Yeah.
bard. God damn it. I have a bard and a rogue in this campaign. This is gonna go
Yep.
to hell so fast.
And my character has been
And that'll
stated
be a
to be able to
25.
manipulate social encounters to be mats.
25.
You've seen stats for that, right?
I have.
Mine's just a studying nerd. Like history and arcana is basically his playground.
Mine is a performer, a magician character who doesn't actually use magic, but does you know how magic shows in the real world work? He basically does that.
Oh yeah, the sleight of hand. I love
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Well, Alizair, what exactly are you trying to glean from...
I'm trying to glean more into this, well, I can, whoever casted their spell and saw the smoke kind of dissipate into the void. Could I see that?
Oh, yeah, you can definitely see that. And when you do, it feels almost as if someone had cast Dispel Magic as Warren was casting the spell. It doesn't dispel it entirely, however, it steals the arcane power from it.
So it's siphoning in a way.
Yes.
I see.
I see the realization go across Alhazer's face and ask, care to share with the rest of us?
Well, it looks to me that, whoever or whatever this being is, it's siphoning magic. Whenever we were to cast something, it will take some. So, with that in mind, and I turn towards this being. I try my best to look a little confident, but I'm just a little cowering in a sense. This long, snake-like dragon is tucking his head a little lower. Just, apologies. But, surely there was a reason for you to bring us all here from our respective lives, other than to simply intimidate us. What is the purpose of this?
Can I do like a help action? On
Sure.
that?
So, Alizair, make me a persuasion or intimidation check with advantage because of Rosalio's help action.
I'm like standing right behind you, and like also projecting.
I appreciate.
Doing a little bit of like ventriloquism. So when your character stumbles, it sounds like my character's voice replaces yours.
Oh, right. He's just kind of like shakily giving a nod of like thanks, like I don't get paid enough for this.
None of us do. None of us do.
11.
You once more hear that snicker.
Can I roll insight on the thing?
You want to roll insight on the laugh?
On just the monster itself.
Oh, yes. Please do. With a 17, this creature in the darkness doesn't appear to be alive. It is entirely almost in a slumber, as the ashes that are currently giving it almost an outline, with the wind that's pushing the darkness around in the circle, it's almost making and unmaking its form, and it's entirely unmoving. So you are unsure if this being is what's doing everything.
This monster hidden in the darkness is not our foe. It is something else. Perhaps hiding in the shadows, doesn't want to be seen.
So it's simply an onlooker.
It is currently the monster in the shadows with dust on it is currently asleep and not alive. I would say it is, at a guess, based on very limited information, it is perhaps waking it up is perhaps one of the goals of this force that brought us here. Though I can't imagine why yet. And get limited information to work with. I tried to see if there's anything else I can see about anything in the area.
As you look around, you look up. And when you had first arrived, there was a shattered moon at the center of the skylight of this dome-shaped cathedral. And when it was at the center, the chanting had been its loudest. But now that it is almost out of sight, the chanting has begun to dim.
What does the chant say? I feel like we should have asked this before.
We should have, yeah, I realized.
It is quite literally in every single language you know. I did say that multiple times.
We're just like, well, yes,
Ignore
very
this massive
nice.
potential well of information. Go on to every other possible way of handling it.
No one asked that in the initial campaign. The two previous runs of this campaign, no one ever asked what they were saying.
Might that be pertinent information?
Possibly. Give me a moment while I pull it up.
Okay, then it might be important.
You're just like, oh god, this party too? Okay then, I could decide.
Nah, y'all actually asked it.
The summoner has been summoning people so many times and just been dusting them all because nobody ever pays attention to the music.
That is exactly why.
Like, this is the fucking... Like, this, whatever this fucking thing is, done this shit 3 times. Finally, somebody asked.
Finally, someone who pays attention.
It's slightly difficult to make out for all of you because this is, as I said, it feels different. Not just the room and the magic, but the world. It's almost like trying to understand someone through a game of telephone. Like, you can make out some words, but you can't make out its entire meaning. And what you do get...
Would my character knowing quite a few different languages be able to help make out more words?
Not really, because it's just the same thing repeated in every language at the same time.
Okay.
Would a high passive perception help me be able to like find out what I'm saying?
Ooh. How many languages does Munkle speak?
Munkle speaks 3. Hold on. It's Aquan, Common, and Elvish.
Okay. And
I also have a high passive perception.
who else here speaks 3 languages? Because the only way you're really able to make out, like, the proper order of the words, because it's almost like in a different accent, like through that game of telephone, it's changed around slightly. You have to piecemeal it through every language you know. Who else knows 3 languages? 4 languages.
I know 6.
6?
Yes. Including Thieves' Cant in that sense.
Okay, Thieves' Cant is... no. I refuse to acknowledge Thieves' Cant as its own language.
Then I know 5 languages.
Unfortunately, I only know 2 languages.
Alright. Those of you who know 3 or more languages, you can hear in the chant. It's basically saying, "Return to us, O God of old."
Well, isn't that interesting? Not you, you stupid commercial.
Commercials just be like intrusive thoughts that just come through.
That's
all.
like-
offensively
Like,
real.
oh, I'm really hungry.
You should make the ads like diegetic, you know, fucking.
Like
I like
everyone
the
in the
like,
real
like,
campaign can hear it.
Fourth
Yeah,
wall
yeah.
breaking abilities, and just
Yeah.
occasionally will say, "Not you, you stupid fucking commercial," and move on without explaining it.
No, the fucking, like, the god above whatever we're fighting just, like, starts talking about grammar or some shit.
The god above is like, hold on, I need to shuffle my playlist.
You want to bring back this god, don't you? Could you explain who they are? I speak out into the world to the force that summoned us, hopefully. Trying to persuade them to share their information or what have you.
Give me a dexterity check.
Okay. Is that a saving throw or a check?
Just a check.
That'll be 16.
16.
Would it be acrobatics? Then?
No.
Okay, just
I asked for this check because you only come to this realization right as the last few moments of the moon are visible in the skylight. And as you get the last few words out, you hear one specific voice reach out from the chanting. You will know soon. And the moon after that becomes entirely covered by the rest of the dome. And the chanting ceases almost immediately. And the black vortex surrounding you dissipates. And now y'all are alone in this room.
Well, where's the nearest exit?
Oh.
I have a show to be getting back to, and I don't care to be missing for that long. Though this would be my best magic trick yet.
My uncle's
As you
gonna
have all
panic.
been so helpful in navigating this, I offer you all a free ticket to my next show.
My uncle's just gonna, like, silently go up to everybody and just, like, shake their hands individually. Like, should we do character description?
Yeah, now if you all would like to describe your character, feel free to.
I do have
Yeah.
art of them. I'm gonna post down in general chat.
Yeah.
I posted the 2
Oh yeah,
pieces of art.
just so everyone knows, Jaster currently does not have access to the Telos Zois group chat because, Alan, could you actually give them the role?
Who?
I didn't get.
Could you
I
give
didn't get the role.
Jaster the role? The Telos Zois role?
Check if I can.
I'll go ahead and post my character stuff in general, so that things.
I'm pretty sure there is a channel for the.
Is there?
There is one.
Oh yeah, there's
Art.
there's one called Art. All of you
Alright,
should be
I'll
able to
post
see that.
So I posted in the art channel the outfit my character is wearing, like the actual cut of the fabric, and the general like vibes, color-wise and all that. The top hat is non-negotiable. It's very much that.
Oh yeah,
And
it's probably
quite-
like more fucking bedazzled.
Yeah. There's also various roses across his outfit and body, several growing from his hair and also various little heart symbols all across him.
I don't have one of his casual wear, but right now he's kind of wearing a long, like, waxed robe. Something that you would typically be relaxing in front of a fireplace in. He was just reading until he got pulled off, like...
It's a blue Mushu.
It looks so fucking awesome.
A blue Mushu, yeah!
It's a blue Mushu. From Mulan.
Blue long noodle.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even realize that, and I've seen that before. That's fun.
Yeah, he's like 8 foot long, and he has...
Oh yeah, he long. He long.
He's very long. Very long.
Do you have Art of Munkle? Please say you have something from Munkle.
No, I don't.
No.
I could go on the fucking Pinterest.
Nah, you don't got it. You can just describe Munkle. Munkle is... Munkle is beautiful.
Yeah, Munkle, picture somebody who's like well dressed, you know, about to give like an office presentation, but make them like a 3-foot tall frog person. I think the things that are most like notable are the you know the Wiggins fan is, I say, his very large prescription glasses and like a belt that has like tools and the like, and also these little like bottles that like on that same belt.
Oh, just such a little guy.
Amazing.
Talking about Warren now.
Warren? Give me 5 seconds. He is dressed up. I'm gonna post this in the art channel. He is. This is his outfit, but the main difference between Warren and this picture is that Warren has blue skin and is bald, but otherwise looks just like this.
Slightly different.
By the way, while we're all standing around, Rosalia goes, I'm feeling like a different hairstyle is on. Snaps his fingers, and his hair, like, from the roots of it, slowly turns blue and pink, and grows quite a bit longer.
Out of character, I love changelings. Well, I don't have a character. I'm the dungeon master. I love changelings.
Same. I mean,
You all just hear God say, I love changelings.
well, it is good to be loved.
You're gonna see Nova visibly, like, jump back a little at seeing your hair change. Not as much as when they freaked out over people getting dusted, but...
Also, Rosalio currently has cat ears and a tail.
Oh yeah, describe Nova.
Yes.
Nova is a little 3-foot-tall harangon, which is a little rabbit person, resembling an eastern cottontail. They're currently wearing all full plates, so you can't actually tell that they're a harangon aside from like the ears sticking out. And they are carrying around 2 heavy maces and a crossbow.
Munkle and Nova are the
You
same
seem
height.
definitely able to commit much violence. If you would be amenable to guarding me until we can get to a safer locale, I would be most
Yes.
appreciative.
Thanks, we should get to a safer place. This is very confusing.
That would be very appreciated. I'm gonna go up.
That would be rather preferred.
I'm so...
Rosalia still looks absolutely calm and not the slightest bit shaken. Inside, he's terrified out of his mind. Can I roll a deception check to see how well he's actually managing to fake it?
Give me a deception and an insight check. So, this is being made against yourself.
Alrighty. Alright. $19 on insight. Not wait, no, wrong. Sorry. $17 on insight. Sorry, my math.
Math is hard. I get it.
Math is very hard.
On my perception, 27.
Huh? Okay. Hot damn. I just ate chips. I almost just spit them out. I'm horrified what level 8 or 9 is gonna be.
Oh yeah, my character.
Fun.
When my character levels up more, he's just going to get more and more better at social interactions, most likely.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
that's where she is, like, basically designed to shine, mechanic.
Well, you are hiding. You are hiding how scared you are, even to yourself.
You are like faking it and making it.
That's what I was just gonna say that. You are faking it and you are making it.
Rosalia is quite good at fake lying to himself, honestly.
But if you would all like to leave this room, there is
Yes.
a large.
First, I would like to look around a bit more to see if there's anything new to notice.
There isn't really anything new in this room, but there is now an open archway that you can walk out of.
Alrighty. Shall we head on, my fellows? Oh, by the way, if you could all introduce yourselves. We didn't do that earlier because we were a little bit busy with the whole summoning, mysterious chanting thing, but introductions really are an important thing. I am Rosalia, the miraculous, magnificent, majestic magician. Pleasure to make all of your acquaintance.
A pleasure.
He does like a slight half bow and tips the hat off his head. Anyone who looks into the hat sees various daggers inside of it.
I know who did not anger. That's for sure.
I guess I should introduce myself as well. My name is Dr. Cespedes, but I assume all formalities are set aside at the moment. Call me Loki.
Not all formalities. Formalities make life, my friend.
Well, the current situation seems like a not so formal avenue. I will say you do seem to just sort of know your way around whatever is new to your situation. So I'm not bothered you. I would like to maybe stay around your side. That is permissible.
Oh, I am absolutely fine with you staying there. Entirely amenable to your company. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Dr. Monkale, you said?
Yeah, you can call me just Loki.
Nonsense, Dr. Monkale. It would be a discredit to your intelligence and your abilities to call you anything less than doctor.
Oh, well, I thank you very much for the appreciation, but I would everyone else. And who may you?
I step towards Nova, going, hello, you wouldn't happen to be a Harengon, how do you pronounce that again?
Harangon.
Harengon. Would you? I've had several in my shows in the past, and they are always a delight to be around.
Okay. Nova.
Excellent. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, just nods.
I then go to the detective guy and like try to prompt introductions from them as well.
Introductions. I am Detective Warren.
Glad
That is
to meet
all
you,
I will
detective.
say.
Have you managed to figure out anything more about our situation? I did have done some looking at it myself, but surely a detective would have noticed things I have not.
Unfortunately, I was preoccupied with a different mystery, so this one was quite a surprise, and I wasn't able to learn anything meaningful.
That is unfortunate, but I can understand. And I suppose that does explain what you were doing in your papers when you first got there. Still, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Warren. Then I approach Alhazer. What does your character look like again? The dragon? Yes.
Yes, it's the dragon. The very long dragon. Kind of glances down.
Hello, my
I'm
long
trying
dragon
to
fellow.
steady himself up.
Hello, my long dragon fellow. Thank you for your aid back there. I'm not all that educated in that sort of magic. Your aid was most appreciated. When we find our way back to City Station, I would be happy to give you a free ticket to my next show. It is quite valuable.
Thank
I'm
you.
told various people have paid quite a bit for such things. By the way, Rosalio is a bit
And he
full
kind of just offers a little. Yeah, he kind of offers the chicken balloon, just kind of go like. As they're called, recently studied the field of primarily ancient artifacts and civilizations.
How
So I'm a
fascinating.
little familiar.
You simply must tell me more at a later date. For now, we should try and find our way out of this place. There seems to have been a doorway, an archway, should I say, that has opened up over there. Shall we go through it?
Warren is already on his way out.
So is Nova. Nova started walking after you were done.
A little
second
bit with.
minutes.
Yeah.
Never. He's just kind of like put his hand down. He's trying to like, maybe we should. All right.
Jaster, your mic is going in and out a little bit for me.
Yeah, so here.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay.
Gotta rejoin.
I think Munkle right now is if it is possible to be between Nova and Rosalio, that's where he's gonna be.
Alright. Rosalio is going to try and stick towards the heavily armed people. He does not see himself as particularly combat efficient or capable.
Yeah, actually, I think right now.
And he isn't, in all honesty.
Wait. How many of us are close range combat proficient?
Primarily close combat.
Out of character, I
Rosalio-
believe it's 3.
Rosalio can do ranged and close combat. They are a rogue, ranger multi class.
Range
So-
utility. Me, also the healer of the party.
Oh, excellent. Healer's always good.
Yeah, I'm like an absolute powerhouse right now.
We didn't have a healer in the previous campaign. It didn't go well. As
I
Aiden,
am so close.
for those of you who weren't in the main campaign, Aiden may or may not have gotten thrown off a dragon onto a boat and lost an arm and a leg, quite literally.
I thought it was.
Oh dear.
Oh no, yeah, it was one arm and a leg, and I lost another one that I didn't.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
This is why Rosalio is going to try and talk things down rather than fighting as the first resort.
Well, it was a dragon. Kind of.
A
Well,
dragon can be intimidating if you're intimidating enough.
in world, it wasn't a dragon, but that's another thing for another day.
It was a dragon. It was
Yeah,
a fucking
but I-
Scoldron. Fucking...
Yeah, I
Anyhow.
suppose my question is, who among you is prepared to go face to face against whatever may be in front of us?
That would
That
be
is
me.
Rosalio would not be doing that.
Alright, I guess I'll be walking next to you.
All right. You all make your way through the arch and into a long hallway. And on the left wall, there's rather intricate runes and inscriptions that show what would be a classical creation story. Like in Greek and Roman mythos, you have the primordial gods who made and shaped the universe. In other mythologies, you see the earth as more of a disk with the gods living around it and bending it to their will.
Norse mythology is fun because the creation myth is Odin and his brothers killing a giant and then
Oh, yes,
making
it's
the
very
earth out of
fun.
corn.
It's quite fun.
And the Norse only had 5 warriors. Maybe. They might have had more. Anyways, I'm going to attempt to read these inscriptions and stuff.
Oh, this isn't
So
like
am I.
this isn't like language inscriptions. It's more like hieroglyphics.
Oh, okay. I'm
Oh,
going to
Right.
ask the history nerd.
Could I also
you
try to-
over there, you nerd. Nerd out on this, would you?
Aiden, what were you saying?
I was gonna ask if I could also try to interpret these.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, so my dear fellow.
Those of you who would
have
like
studied
to.
history and such, could you inform about any of this, please?
Well, I can see what I have in my notes, and I
Excellent.
would just go over.
That'll
and I
be
look over-
a religion or a history check for both of you.
History. Here we go.
Rosalio is going to attempt to help.
Which one?
22.
Alhazer.
Okay. In that case, roll that with advantage.
Yes. All right.
He's basically going to simply say what he's heard from the Fae on such matters.
Oh wait. Level 6 proficiency is +3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I did a little bit of calculations wrong on the first time because I thought the proficiency was 2 for a moment. So 3, 6. That's 11. Holy shit! I was way off. Yeah, 5 intelligence and expertise. 22.
You rolled the you rolled a nat 1 on one of those, you lucky bastard. For the record, nat 1s here, as they should be, are critical failures.
I love that. I
Agreed,
fully
agreed.
accept that.
Most of us, well, 1, 2, 3, 3 of us here watched Fool's Gold. We know how much critical failures are amazing.
Yep.
Critical failures are everything. I also
Um,
really love
I like to think you just got caught on a side tangent on something, and Rosalio just like whispered, "Stay on track, please."
It's like you spent all the time talking about how to properly read them instead of fucking reading them.
So what stat did, Munkle roll?
History.
And what stat did Alhazar roll?
history.
Okay, both of you got a 22, which is funny, but This myth seems almost entirely foreign to you. You can trace root elements of it back to the religions of your homeworlds. However, it seems almost how the Romans took Greek myth and adapted it into their own way. This creation myth you see in front of you is what your worlds took and adapted into their own.
I'm gonna like turn to how do you pronounce it?
Alhazar?
What was that?
Aliezer.
Aliazar?
I'm gonna
Allie
turn
Yeah,
to
Ali-
Ali has
I apologize for the name.
It's all good. I don't mind. I just go Ali for short if you want. It's just simplified.
That's so much easier.
Ignore complications for a second.
You're seeing
Anyways, what was that?
you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, right?
The creation myth
Yeah.
of. It seems different from the one I'm familiar with, but not quite the same.
A few of these are familiar, but the rest are. This is like an amalgam of sorts to recognize anymore. It's between what I know and what I don't. This entire forum to me. I
It's weird. Eliezer just kind of shakes his head no, seeming just as much stumped about this. His whiskers kind of like nodding
Could you-
themselves up.
I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation, my dear fellows, but could you share with the rest of us? I'm afraid I don't have much history knowledge myself, or interest in studying it, to be perfectly honest. And so I
Ha!
cannot-
Not nerd.
Rosalio is taken aback for a second by the voice of God, just saying, "I'm not nerd," and has no just looks completely unnaturally still for a second.
Rosalio is emotionally wounded, but lies to themselves about it.
Absolutely. And then just continues on.
I'm not
acting
bothered
as
by
if
that.
nothing happened.
Anyways.
Well, Rosalio, if you would like to explain this out, you might be a little bit interrupt. But this appears to be a sort of creation story, but at least some elements of this are taken from what I know, or from what I know taken from this. But it's mixed and molded, and it's part of something bigger that I don't quite understand.
I wonder if it has anything to do with that god they were trying to bring back. I would hesitate to say yes. It does have some correlation. I mean,
Any of these?
oh, and everyone did understand that they were trying to bring back that beast that we were seeing was a deity. They were trying, and all the chanting and such was magic to bring that force back.
Wait, there was a
Yes.
beast?
It was in the darkness that surrounded you all.
Nova did not notice that.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
Nova
I didn't
rolled
notice it either.
0.
Took
I rolled
my
a
magic
6.
smoke.
That yeah.
Took my magic smoke.
Would any of the inscriptions on this wall match the creatures we do see that are kind of cool to Western
Ooh.
Or would any of it look like the beast deity thing that we saw?
You do see some presumably deities in this. It's almost like one large mural. It's kind of like the center of it is the beginning of the story, and as it goes out, it gets further and further through time. And some of the... Did all of you also just lose YouTube?
I
No,
still
Yeah.
got it.
got it.
God damn it! I lost
A while
connection.
ago.
1 second. Some of the presumably deities near the almost middle of the storyline, if that makes sense, going outwards from the center, appear to have that similar kind of mixture of different planes. Like you see one who is surrounded by what you can assume to be flame. Their body is that of a centaur, however, they have elegant yet dark scaled wings that cover the majority of their form. However, there are other gods that do have this similar mixture of planes. That is just one that stands out. However, it does not look like... That seems as if it is constantly in that mixed shape. The being that you saw was shifting between.
Interesting. Does anyone here happen to have any paper and charcoal? I feel like it would be helpful to have a rubbing of this or something, so that we could look back on it later if we perhaps find more information. I am of the hope that this will be our last foray in such knowledge. However, it does pay to bother to be detailed.
Who was talking? Besides you, Rosalia?
I was. Alistair, while this was being said, was ready, grabbing out a roll and a little bit of charcoal, and just started getting onto it with little questions asked. Seemed to be already on his mind that he wanted to record this for later.
As you place the parchment against this mural and you trace the charcoal over it, the mural itself begins to seep off of the wall and onto the paper. And once the paper is filled, the wall that had held the mural almost fractures, as if made of glass. And
Not good. Oh, go ahead.
your hands almost fall through it for a moment before you catch them and bring them back through to your side. What were you gonna
Oh.
say, Nova?
I didn't realize you were partway through. I thought you did. Okay. I thought you were done with the description, so I was just gonna say, well, that's no good. Let's get moving. Don't know how long the building's gonna stay up.
Yeah,
I love
this
how
place
Nova's
does
just
look
so,
rather-
just focused on, let's get out of here.
Yes, let's get out. Let's get out. Let's get out.
Yeah, how flimsy did the
Well,
fucking
that's a
beam look in this place?
interesting reaction.
Oh, for the record, there were large columns in the main room. As you were all leaving, some of you did see just chips of them falling off.
That would have been a cool detail. Huh.
Oh,
No one
That would've been a really nice
asked.
feature.
No one asked.
Um, I assume I probably noticed that. I haven't
Yeah.
passed
Yeah,
perception of-
Those of you with a passive perception 17 or higher saw it.
Yeah,
Um,
I got a negative.
I do agree with
Oh,
the lady
lovely.
Nova. Let us get out of here with much haste before the
Yeah,
temple collapses on our heads.
Yeah.
So,
That would be quite unfortunate.
as you all saw... Huh?
If any of you need extra
Is the
storage,
mural
I do.
on the
Yes, the mural is on the paper. So, currently to all of you... To all of you, you see a door at the end of the hall that likely leads to outside of the temple. But you also see this fractured place that Alahazer's hands just dipped through and had to pull back out. So you have two possible exits at this moment. Which one you go
Did
through
it
is
feel
your
like
choice.
it?
It felt simultaneously cold and hot. If you would like, you can put your hand through it again.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm just, I'll bite. I'll bite.
As you do so, what place would be the first environment that you think of? Just on the top of all Hazer's, like, if they were told to think of a place, any place, what place would they think of? And what kind of region would you say that is?
I would say one of the cold region crypts that's around in the tundra forest.
This time as you reach your hand through, you feel the biting frost of a tundra. And do you pull your hand back out?
Yeah.
As you do so, you see small icicles that had begun to form on your hand from gathered snow.
Does Rosalia notice this as well?
Yes, those of you with passive perception 12 see this, because this is literally right in front of you.
Rosalia sees this and is like, well then, the door seems like the most optimal solution, as I dislike the cold. Shall we all head to the door with haste? Before this
Yes.
place crashes in on our heads and
Yes.
kills us all?
Does anyone
Yeah,
else
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
does anyone else want to put their hand through?
There was a particularly interesting rock off to the side that I wanted to take a closer look at. Allow me to investigate it, and then Warren's gonna walk through the door.
The door or the fractal?
Where is the direction everyone else is going?
The door.
Everyone is going towards the door.
Yeah, I'll go through the door.
By the way, as we're walking away from the fractal area, I pick up one of the rock shards and pocket it.
So the only thing we know about the fractal thing is that it's cold.
Yep.
You aren't sure. When Alihazer, that's so hard to pronounce, stuck their hand in it the first time, nothing appeared to come out with it. However, the second time, icicles did come with. You are unsure if the same thing would happen if you stuck your hand through.
Wisdom check.
Against what? What are you trying to wisdom?
I'll stick my hand through it.
And what is the first place...
I must question your sanity.
What is the first place Warren would think of if they were told to think of a place? And what would that region be?
A place?
A place.
Why, he would think of his home. He would think of the town where he grew up in.
What kind of environment would you say that town had? Is it dry and arid like a desert? Is it...
Industrial steampunk.
As you reach your hand through, you can feel almost the solemn coldness of metal against it. But at the same time, you feel those bursts of heat that come from a roaring engine. And when you remove your hand, there are no icicles there. If anything, there is a small amount of sweat gathered on your fingers.
Like, as I'm leaving, like, exiting the door, I'm just gonna yell to the door, like, I think it's the most ideal, my sleep friend if we left immediately.
Rosalio is out, like, going through the door as well.
Elvis already left.
Rosalio questioned Warren's sanity and then was like, fuck it, they can die if they want to, moved on.
So all of you leave through the
Probably
door.
has her- Yeah, as much as he's curious about this, he kind of looks back at Warren like, I don't want to take that risk. I know that we kind of have the same thought of surely this destination remains known but unknown, but we don't know what's on the other side. We should probably stick together if we can.
So
And kinda
just to be...
motion with that.
Warren's just gonna look at Allie. He's gonna look at the fractal. He's like, yeah, you're probably right. And he's gonna follow the rest of the party.
So, Rosalio, you took a shard of the fragment. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. He laying down snatched it up without even breaking stone.
As you all walk out of the door, you enter an almost liminal space. And surrounding you, Rosalio, you feel a bit of warmth coming from the shard, wherever you were storing it.
In just one of the many hidden pockets across on him.
As if it's almost giving you feedback.
I pull out
In the
stone
same
and look at it.
in the same way that putting a microphone near a speaker produces that static feedback. You feel in the shard it's vibrating as if it's not where it's supposed to be. And around you all you see fragments of different planes, of different terrains, environments. And I would like all of you to tell me one thing.
Apples.
I hate you.
Hair.
I was waiting. I was gonna just say one thing.
I hate each and every single one of you.
Gave us
Everyone type in general chat a number between... Wait, what? Give me a second, I need to count.
So was apples a valid thing?
A number between 1 and 16.
16.
is that inclusive?
Yes,
That was fucking weird.
including 1 and 16.
So I chose 16 before you said that, actually.
That's honestly kind of funny. So I just need 1, 2, 3. Oh, all of you gave a number already. Okay.
Enunciation guide for Ali Hazard's name and my nickname, if that helps.
Thank you.
All good.
Okay. I straight up just took the average of the numbers you guys gave. Which is terrain 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1.
There we go.
I'm trying to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. I'm counting in the wrong direction. 1, 2. All right. As you all walk through, you appear to arrive in an almost humid area. Around you you can see a wealth of nature. and a wealth of vines and trees that stretch high. And you also see people walking to and fro through this town.
I think 1 second, what's the humidity? Sus. Munkle just takes like a deep breath in. He's like more used to this type of environment.
I'm going to orientate myself and see if we're anywhere in any of like the Feywilds.
Currently, you are not in the Feywild.
Well, this is exactly not necessarily where I wanted.
Maybe you should have stuck your hand through the thing and gone to the Feywild.
Rosalia, don't pass a chance.
Well, I guess somebody should lead the way.
I approach one of the people just walking around and go, "Hello, my dear fellow. Where might we happen to be? We are travelers, and I'm afraid we've gotten a little bit lost." As I say we are travelers, I reference the rest of our group.
Well, give me a second. I've completely forgot this place's name. What is this place's name? Where is it? Where are you?
Where are we?
Your hometown where you were born, raised, and all of that.
Like he just starts crying.
Did I never give this place a name? I don't think I ever gave this place a name.
No, the name is.
Time to go to the
I
name
don't
generator.
know. But everyone thinks I don't know.
That would be cool,
Arkansas.
No, it's not
Oh,
anywhere
no.
near shitty enough to be Arkansas.
I shall make it.
But yeah. But when I say I don't know, it's gonna be.
Fantasy name generators, you're not helping me.
Just do I don't know.
Translate.
Where are we?
I-
I don't know. What do you mean we don't know? I don't know. Where at I don't know.
No, but it's fantasy, so it has to be fucking spelled like this.
Real.
That is hilarious.
No, but
We
Munkle also like after Ali asked, or who asked it? Sorry, Rosalia.
Rosalia.
Yeah, after Rosalia asked it, Munkle also just like gives a little like. Also, what is it?
you are in the city of Iona?
What was that?
Iona?
And bless you if you were sneezing.
Iona. No. Iona.
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 Okay.
Iona. Iona.
Iona.
Iona.
And what year would it happen to be? And if you could tell us anything else about the year. We are quite lost, to be perfectly honest.
It's about, I'd say, year 10?
10 of what?
It's not my year.
Year 10. The person in front of you, the person you see in front of you is a rather large and kind of brutish half-orc. You see they have a slight underbite, and they have to scratch their head in your seemingly confused response to not knowing what year or place this is.
My dear fellow, would there happen to be anyone else that is more informed of such matters? It is quite obvious you are quite busy with your normal life, and I would hate to get you. If you could simply point us in the direction of someone who is knowledgeable in such things, we would be happy to go there and ask our questions, and free you up to continue on your way.
could talk to the king.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
Well,
Do you know
that
of any
sounds
traders in the
delightful.
area?
Huh?
Do you know of any traders in the area that we could talk to?
Not around here.
Where might we happen to be able to? Where might the king?
You see, the orc. They are almost as tall as Alhazer. They're around 7 feet tall, and they point through the brush of the tree. And if you follow their finger, you can see almost what appears to be rubble of what used to be a castle.
Well, why didn't I think of looking in the ruins? Thank you for your aid, my dear family.
No problem.
Would you mind taking us to the place and helping us get into? Are there any guards?
Probably. I don't know how much help I'd be of.
I completely understand.
I kind of need to go to the bar. I'm quite
Very well.
famished.
Then let us part our ways. Thank you for your aid.
Okay.
Warren tips his hat at the half orc, and then
No.
heads out.
Nice clothes.
Rosalio starts heading towards the castle club. Castle ruins.
Do each of you follow?
Yeah, but I'm gonna.
I
I'm
do
gonna,
follow Rosilio.
Yeah, but I'm
no.
gonna like. No, you go ahead.
Nova follows because they don't know anyone else here and is a little uncomfortable with that. Not that they know you guys that well, but it's like a step in the right direction at least.
You've known us maybe 10 minutes longer than you've known everyone else in this town.
Yep, and we watched people get dusted together.
Great.
And we saw God together.
We watched Infinity War together.
Out of character, we have trauma bonded. It's only been the first session.
It's a special bond watching the other strangers around you become fucking.
It's less traumatic than the original version of this campaign, because by now Aiden's character had gotten impaled by a demon.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't run into a demon yet.
You know, this is a
Working on
very,
that.
very
Wow.
different vibe of the open
Love-
guys.
Lovely.
So, yeah. All of us are
I
are
sure hope
sticks
there's no
with me, right?
demons in front of us.
You take one step, you stepped on a demon. Ah!
The fucking demon in the bush is smirking so hard right now.
Let down their guards, I shall have them.
Actually, as you all walk, give me a perception check.
Oh, demon.
Lovely timing.
Perception.
Yeah, 10.
Please
17.
Please type what you get in chat.
Which
In
chat?
general chat is fine.
Okay.
As we're walking, I'm gonna like start walking next to alley.
Rosalio is going to be like standing in front because they're going to see the king, and all of these other people look socially awkward and incapable of talking their way out of paper bombs. So he's going to be he's gonna like stand.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Those of you who
Wow.
got those of you
Why
got
would I talk to you out of a paper box?
I mean, true. Warren is probably not the best candidate to be talking to a king, but still rude.
There's a
Those
difference
of
between a king
you-
and a god. Okay.
Could you please let me talk?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Those of you who got a 14 or higher, you see someone relatively tailing you. They don't seem aggressive in their following. They're almost curious. And this
What do
is
they look like?
this is similarly a half orc. However, they are still tall and muscular. However, they're much more composed. Not quite regal, but more professional. As they watch, you all walk towards the ruins.
I try to subtly, like, nudge at all of the people and point out the guy, and make sure we don't give away that we know the guy is following. And I
For
mumble a question of, what do you all think we should do about our follow there?
for Munkle and Warren, this person looks oddly familiar, but you don't know where from.
I'm just gonna respond to Rosalia being like, I can see that man out here. You can speak up,
I am quite a persuasive fellow. I'm sure I could get him to tell us everything we want. Everything is... everything. If I want to.
I have no doubt. Maybe it's true. But
Agreed.
Democracy!
Democracy about how to handle our tail.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Rosalio is all for going and talking to the guy and weaseling every little bit of information they can out of him.
Wait a minute, we have a professional here. Excuse me, Mister. What the way he's fun? Would you follow us in the same way that man's fun?
Yes, good thinking.
Alan, they're asking you.
What?
Alan, they're asking you.
The detective.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're asking
Oh,
you if,
sorry. I can barely hear Aiden, so
Just so you guys know, if you right-click or hold down on people's names, you can raise their volume for you.
Yep, I've actually
I heard-
raised everyone's volume, I think.
Yeah, I do have Aiden at 100%. So
You can put him
I've
at
got-
200%.
Yeah.
how do I do that?
Right-click Aiden's name, username, and you can do that.
Or are you on mobile Alan right now?
I am on my computer.
Oh shit. Yes.
Alan on a computer?
It happens.
I mean, so do lunar eclipse. So fucking.
Anyway, so what was the original?
They were
We're
asking.
asking if you would follow someone in the same way our followers follow us. Hail someone in the same way.
Or even, as this man
If I was following them, they wouldn't be able to see me.
Unless they want to be seen.
That is always an option, I suppose.
Precisely.
Shall I go over and talk to them?
I vote that we approach with caution.
All right then. I'm gonna pat Rosalio on the back and I'm gonna say, "Go for it. I have faith in you."
That's all the encouragement Rosalio needs. Matter of fact, you could have just basically inclined your head very slightly and you would have gone for it. He walks up to the guy and says,
Oh, no.
well,
As you turn around to look at him again, he's gone.
So what was it
Did
about
we
not
happen to
wanting
spend
be seen?
enough time talking that the guy managed to hide himself?
No. You have only been talking for 30 seconds a minute. He couldn't have gotten that far out of sight within such a short time. Do you turn back
After
around?
approaching
Do you turn
I
back around
go-
to the group?
Well, I mean, if he wanted to talk to us, then he would have showed himself. So let's
My
keep
dear
heading on to the
detective
king.
fellow, could you keep an eye out for me? Keep an eye out to make sure that if they start following us again, we can get to them. We can talk to
I
them.
will do my best.
Thank you, my dear fellow.
So you turn back around to Warren to say this? Or do you say this while walking away?
I had turned towards the orc guy, to where we'd seen the orc guy. Noticed he disappeared. Said this while turning to head back towards the kid.
Okay.
So yeah, we are now heading towards the king, as far as I'm aware.
Agreed.
Okay. And yeah,
No, you first.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I don't know if this is the case for anyone else here, but I had a feeling as if I've seen that man before. If anybody else would concur with that,
I've
don't
never seen
recognize
that
him.
fellow before in my life.
Warren will raise his hand as we're walking towards the castle ruins. Warren is gonna raise a hand and be like, "No, Uncle, I do believe that there is something about him that's familiar. I don't know what, but he does
wait.
give me that feeling."
Yeah, it seemed distant, but yes, I do believe that I've seen it before. That or my mind is playing tricks on this. This is a drier climate than I'm used to.
It is somewhat repulsive. By the way, have we seen? Are there only orcs we've seen around so far?
The majority of people around are orcs, however, there are also a lot of elven folk.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going towards the castle. Rosalio believes implicitly that everyone else will follow.
Do you all follow?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not before saying.
Yeah,
the
pretty much. What else?
What were you saying, Aiden?
I was just saying not before saying to Warren. What about the perception
Can you say that again? I could barely hear you.
I might be onto something here. But no, it was just because earlier, because when you didn't answer it, you didn't hear me.
All right. And you all eventually reach these ruins of what was once a castle. In front of the remaining gate are two guards, both of whom you can't quite tell if they're orcish or not. Their skin has that slight green hue to it, and they have the elongated canines and size that an orc would. However, they also have the ears and relative grace that most elves do. They do not say anything as you approach. One of them is holding a shield and flail, and the other is similarly holding a shield. However, they are holding a lance in the other hand.
Hello, my dear fellows. I'm looking to meet with the king on a rather important, and was hoping to get inside this lovely locale to meet with them. would you happen to be able to take me to?
Do you have an appointment?
One second. I'm thinking in real life. Do I lie or not?
Do you lie to the palace guard?
Mike,
Uh.
Munkle is just gonna ask, how long is the waiting list? If I may ask.
The guard turns to his left. Nope, to his right. Directions are hard sometimes, okay? Your guys' left, his right.
Yeah.
You see in the far corner a long line of people who appear to be civilians, waiting to presumably talk to the king.
Are we talking long line like a busy day at McDonald's?
I'm
Like
talking long
like
line
long
as if you're
line.
trying to get onto a subway in New York.
I'm not. I don't live in the same country as you do, man. I'm not.
I wouldn't know how long the subway in New York line is. Anyway,
It's very long.
Rosalia-
It's very, very long.
Okay.
It goes out.
Well,
of
I don't have
town
appointment.
for-
I can assure you, your king will not want to wait any longer for my presence. I'm trying to persuade them to let us by without that appointment.
Give me a persuasion check.
Can I assist by just being like, let's just say it's a very urgent matter. It's involved.
Roll it with advantage.
Warren's just off to the side like,
Two nat ones. Two nat ones. Two nat ones.
Well, I rolled a 16 plus 8 for the performance, so that's 24.
Performance?
Not
Oh, okay.
persuasion. My performance and persuasion
Oh.
the same. So it's, yeah.
You see the guard kind of sigh. And what is the importance of this matter?
What, like calculating?
Should I take this one or like? It's so important that we've discussed this before.
Oh, of course. We wouldn't just impulsively walk up to the guard. Rosalio would totally do that. Rosalio is not necessarily someone who thinks things through fully. He is very good, however, at bullshitting his way through scenarios.
God, this ritual.
Do you
it's
start
something
saying that?
Only. No. Maybe. Does Nova start saying that?
Oh boy, do I?
I heard it. I heard it.
Do you not ask
Yeah,
before?
sure. Let's just say, so there was this odd ritual.
Before you can
Feel
even
the need to
finish the
report.
sentence, Rosalio just speaks over. I'm afraid it's for the king's ears only. It's a very important matter, and I'm sure they would make time. It could even affect the lives of several people here.
And it was very scary.
I'm afraid the king is only for the guards. Eyes only. So unless you have a valid reason to see the king at this moment, get in line.
He's my cousin.
I have never been so happy to be recording a session in my entire life.
Rosalio, completely blindsided for a second.
Give me a deception roll with disadvantage.
Alright, you know what? Alright, fuck yeah. Hold on. It's fucking dark.
Rosalio is going to help by saying,
I don't. How could you help that?
by saying they were adopted into the family. We are family friends, of course. And
Disadvantage? Okay.
that's the help Rosalio gives.
Now you just roll it flat, because Rosalia gave you the help action.
Okay, I rolled both at the same time, so I'm just gonna
Okay.
Okay. My persuasion or deception was it?
Up to you.
They're both the same, I think. Alright, yeah.
Let's do
Oh,
deception.
I don't like that.
Okay. So you got a 5.
Hey, y'all.
A 5. A 5 plus 2.
That's like a 30, 20. Yeah, I got a 7 total. So here, Munkle says with about the conviction that you'd assume he would be lying about this, that you'd assume he would have lying about this. So he just goes, he's like, distant.
Rosario
Family matter.
says the help thing, and then just kind of sighs and goes,
It's a family matter.
uh,
My mother,
And what's your mother's name?
his
His mother. His mother is your mother.
cousin.
Wouldn't no. I'm not gonna let you pass that. Your mother is his mother. That would make you siblings.
Rosario, turns back towards the
Is a
I
friend
apologize
of
for
his mother.
myself. It is a rather important matter. We were just in a magic ritual that involved various demons just a little bit ago.
Was one of the demons his mother?
Quite possible. Though I doubt it.
I don't think this guard
It's
likes
trying
us.
to. Rosalia's
Allie
going
has
to try
this kind of like in
wait.
the back.
The other guard is fully face palming at this moment in time.
Rosalia's going to try and scare the guards into letting them pass about this issue because it's a scary thing.
Roll me an intimidation check.
I'm gonna lean over to Nova because they're also my height. And I'm just gonna lean over and be like, it's working.
You know, we can always wait lines.
No, Nova, give me an insight check. I want
Oh,
you
I
to.
rolled well.
While all of this
That's
is
a
going
19.
down.
19!
Yep. All right. So yeah, while all of this is going down, Warren is just kind of like Warren has his back to the rest of the group, just talking to Allie Hazer, and it's like
Yeah.
we're not associated with these people.
We have a different question in mind after they go.
Yeah. Once they.
Nova sort of wants to just get in line, but I'm already like next to them and I said something, so I can't just.
Nova, you can tell how horribly this is going.
Yeah.
Rosalia, I rolled an 18 on the intimidation check.
You rolled an 18. I'm sorry to tell you
No.
this.
I got an 18 in total, not rolled.
Okay. They may or may not have got a nat 20.
So Allie, this business with the king.
I've rolled 3 nat 20s in a row.
Okay,
That is with different dice. To be clear, that is with different dice.
Can Allie just like look at Walleran and just go like, "Well, just take a step over here and we can discuss a little bit and let them just take care of this shit." So.
Yeah.
Nova's gonna try to like nudge the group towards the line, just say this isn't working.
I'm gonna like
Can
whisper
Rosalia
up
roll insight on it?
You're gonna roll insight, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
He wants to
whisper
try
up
and
to
figure out
Rosalia.
if there's an angle he can work from to get you.
So, back there, I thought I saw a quaint little restaurant. It looks as
26 in total on the insight check.
Insight check.
Rosalia attempting to figure out an angle to work from to get them in now.
You can tell by the guard's reaction to what is currently being said about a ceremony and the current state of the kingdom. If you push this in a more political route, you think they may allow you in.
Alright, do just that. I say, it would be bad for the king. But you do realize it would be bad for the king if it got out that there was a demon ritual nearby, and that he ignored it for however long it would take us to get through this line. I am sure that he would want to deal with such matters as soon as he possibly could.
You see the guard sigh. Follow me. And they open the rather destroyed gate and lead you through.
So, are the guards leading Rosalio?
Oh, they are leading everyone except you and all his heir. Ollie Hazer. Because you presented yourselves as a different people, as a different group.
That's
Surprisingly, that monk was here.
A-okay.
That's A-okay if the king tries to
Splitting
kill
the
all of y'all.
party.
Rosalio uses sleight of hand to have a card with a request written on it for them to find lodging for the group, and sleights of hand it towards them.
Warren will grab the card.
Oh, be right back.
I'm confused. What was happening with the card?
So Rosalio's gonna write a short message on it discreetly, and then a short message to asking them to find a place to stay for the night because they don't know if they need to or
Oh,
not.
to Alahazar and
And
Warren. Okay.
Warren, yeah.
Okay.
And slip that message to them while he goes in to talk with the king. With
Quick
the rest
question.
of the party.
Quick question, DM.
Yeah.
Does it seem like birds are coming and going freely into the castle?
Well, I wouldn't say they're going into the castle. Moreover, flying above. But I guess.
Would you say that birds are getting shot down?
Some.
All
You
right.
sound like a druid.
Yeah.
I suppose Warren will try to go look for some lodging. I was gonna have my familiar try to...
Allie would. Allie would follow you. Mostly because they're going in now.
Yeah. I don't have enough charisma to try to finagle my way into the castle. You know? Especially not after
Rosalio
the...
is going to take what they can get, and isn't going to try and push things further.
Come back
Yeah.
to me.
Ew.
Alrighty.
Nothing's really happened. You
Hello?
didn't really
Yeah.
miss anything.
What's he doing?
I hate you.
Who?
Aiden just asked how's my cousin doing.
Rosalio is who was doing the laughing there?
That was Alan.
If
Okay.
a laugh ever sounds like it's following up on the destruction of a hospital, it's Alan.
Okay. Rosalio looks towards Munko and just basically tries to indicate, leave the talking to me. He does this to Nova as well.
Just nods.
You see.
He's
Munko's
basically
in-
desperately trying to keep them from saying anything stupid.
You see, fucking Munko.
God.
Munko, after saying, try saying that the king was his cousin, he's hasn't talked since. His mouth has been almost he's been trying to keep it closed so hard he can shake it a little bit, right? And he just once you say that, a fucking tear falls down one of his eyes. He just nods.
So yeah,
Like, that's the
Rosalio
highest.
keeps following the guards.
And upon getting further into the castle, one moment, I need to grab some music. God damn it, ads!
I'm not getting ads. I'm just not getting music.
You're
No,
not
yeah.
in it.
I am?
No, Jester, you're not in the thing.
I got kicked.
No,
I didn't.
remember you left the thing because your mic was acting up.
Oh, right. Yeah. I have stormy weather coming up, so I'm like, oh,
Mm.
there goes my connection.
Another bloody ad.
Yeah.
Fuck off, YouTube ads.
Well, the three of you, rather, you enter into what appears to almost be a ballroom. And at the moment, you hear this music being played. And you see two people dancing together in the center of this ballroom. One of which is dressed extremely regally. They appear to be half-orc. Much like the person who had been following you. And the other appears to be that of elven descent. However, their skin is much more frosted over and pale, and their hair is a similarly stark white, almost crystalline in appearance. And upon seeing the three of you enter, the half-orc raises his hand, and the music stops. And he ceases his dancing. Yes?
I apologize for interrupting, Your Majesty. However, I felt that events were such that you needed to hear of them as soon as possible. Rosalio bows, by the way, but does not take off his hat. Me and my fellows here were just involved in a demonic ritual that would happen to be quite close by, I think. There was some form of spatial magic in the events, so I'm not quite sure how close by it might be. But I sought to inform the nearest authority in events as soon as possible. I
Demons,
tried to
you say?
persuade the king that we are worth listening to, like, that this is a serious matter we're worth listening to and, you know, acknowledge it.
Demons, you say? And the voice that you all hear is warm, yet at the same time extremely deep and gravelly. Demons? These parts?
Yes. Yes, madam. Does one of us happen to have the, like, paper of the thing thing? I think that was with Alhaven.
Probably has to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just gonna rely on Rosalio's ability to talk. Great.
I mean, I
Fantastic.
could talk about it. I like looked at it thoroughly.
Fair enough. Yes, my lord. But they were not the normal sort of demons. It was a very odd occurrence. That is partially why I sought to inform you so quickly, and I'm sure why your guards, once they heard of our stories, our story, allowed us in. Rosalio then explains recounts what happened. And also, I'm going to roll an insight check to try and determine, like anything and everything about this king, like what he eats for breakfast. Even.
That's more than you can determine with an insight check.
I was joking with that.
Okay.
Mostly he's trying to get a feel for how the king is reacting to this information, and what the king's concerns at the moment are. Like how he's trying to get a feel for how to get what to say to get the king to react in the ways he wants the king to react. Which is to say, positive.
The king is currently... His reactions aren't that of what you'd expect a king's reaction to hearing that there was a demonic ritual in his kingdom. He seems extremely nonchalant. Almost just annoyed at your presence. Was that all?
I also sought to ask a official what kingdom we happen to. As I said, we happen to be rather unaware of our current location, and I sought to figure out where we were further.
You're in the kingdom of Iona.
And where is that related to? Rosalio lists off like a dozen small other kingdoms and stuff that he's gone for in like his thing.
I'm unsure what nations you're referring to.
I see. Thank you for your time, Your Majesty.
Was that all?
If I may
Rosalio
ask,
keeps in trying to figure out why His Majesty isn't reacting like he would expect.
if I may ask, Your Highness, I also bow. May I ask, have you done this before?
Have I what?
Have you dealt with this before? You are reacting as if this is new information. Yeah.
Formuncle, as you continue to look and talk to the king, you begin to realize that this is the same person who is following you, but slightly different for some reason. It's as if the way that you can recognize a person based on their walk, it's the same walk, but it's a slightly different talk. The voice is the same, but the words that they say aren't said in the same way. They seem much more composed and strict. However, you still aren't sure who or why you know this person. We've had our fair share of demons. Now, is that all you need, or can I get back to dancing with my groom?
I hate prolonging this as much as his name.
Do you look at his husband?
Yeah, I guess I see.
Rosalio keeps looking around the area.
I assume I took note of this place.
Yeah.
Glanced around.
As you look at the husband, he is dressed similarly elegantly, however, it is in a much more refined way. Almost more dainty, if that makes sense. Yet still strong. He's in a stark ice and blue corset with black and silver accents throughout. And he turns to look at you as you talk to his husband, and his eyes are a glaring almost magenta. Who's
Is he actually glaring as if angry, or is that just expression?
just expression.
Okay.
And this color, for some reason, the color of his eyes is familiar. Roll me an insight check, Munkle.
Could Rosalio also roll an insight check?
No, in this situation.
Okay.
You know these people. You've seen them and talked with them before. But it's almost as if you've forgotten them. But you aren't quite sure why or how you knew them. It's almost as if gazing through reality. Like how people say your dreams are your past lives. It's as if you met these people in a dream.
Does the king speak in a manner different than anybody else? Even like subtle? If not, I'm not gonna like ask about this.
Does Munkle have a visual reaction to this revelation?
I think he's just there's like a moment of silence where like he looks over and you know he stutters a bit, maybe like loses balance for a second, right? Because he was like leaning forward as he was speaking, right? You know, like staying in a bow as he spoke. But apart from that, no. He tries to like collect himself as quickly as possible.
Guards, be gone. I'm going to speak to my guests. As he says this, the guards quickly leave. And once absent in the room, the king asks your name.
I am Dr. Munkle, Harry Cheswood.
Munkle. You look quite different from how I remember you. Different name, too. Same soul.
sorry.
It's very odd.
I'm not. Have we met before?
Do you not remember?
It may sound a bit strange, but if this is what you mean, I feel like you seem distantly familiar, if that is what you mean. I do not. Have we met before? I'm sorry.
Does a man with an arm of silver remind you of anything?
That's it.
Intricate details in the arms, almost as if flames,
Oh.
giving it motion.
Everyone kind of sees Munkle like you see his Munkle is kind of like taken aback, right? That notion seems familiar. I hadn't actually thought about that ever, but now that you mention I'm sorry. Forgive me if this is rude. Exactly how do you figure that a bit? It
It is no matter. My name is Karg. I am the king here. And he says this while turning towards Nova and Rosalio. I don't believe I've met you two before.
I have no memories of any familiarity, so I imagine that is true.
Well,
Nova just shakes their head.
I have also never performed in this locale.
it is nice to meet you two. This
It is nice to meet
is...
you as well, Your Majesty.
Why, thank you. This is my husband. He is similarly a ruler. However, much further north. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. And as he says this, the elven in appearance ruler bows before once more returning up. So you have a
Nova's gonna-
demon? Continue, sorry.
Nova's gonna bow in response.
Rosalio bows at the, appropriate moments with respectful depth. Well, a little bit lower than completely respectful. Rosalio is both full of himself and has done performances for Faye and stuff. So, it is not as... Kings don't rank as highly to him as other things.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you have a demon problem?
yes, we were brought here against our. Well, I guess against our will. We just kind of appeared here.
Aren't there supposed to be more of you?
what do you mean, aren't there supposed to be more of us?
There's-
Are you referring to the people who became ashen?
No. The king snaps his fingers, and Warren and Alahazer, you both had just been walking through the streets again, trying to find whether it be a tavern keep that you could pay for rooms. However, every single place that you had entered, its rooms were packed.
We probably were just talking about something. Just having a nice old conversation, like,
Yeah.
well, where you come from, you know?
I come from the steampunk city called... What did I call it?
I can't remember. My memory is horrible.
Oh, Umberworth. Hey, would you like to meet my friend? I pull out my owl. I have it posted in the art channel. I'm
Your owl.
familiar.
Oh, is this your familiar?
Yep.
And as
What a
you...
lovely familiar.
Are you
As
both
you-
sitting down?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
As the king snaps his fingers, you both suddenly appear in front of him. And as you were previously sitting on chairs, you immediately fall onto your butts.
Right on the back does the long dragon go. And he just kind of like sits up, huh?
I would like to make a strength check to not fall down.
Sure.
Do air
It's
prayer.
just like it's like a squat, I imagine. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics, gotcha.
Meanwhile, Allie has just seems exasperated. Like, this is the second time in an afternoon I've been teleported out of my will without a warning.
Yep,
What the fuck?
Alright, that was a 9, so,
Yeah, you know.
Orland's just gonna, like, whoop. He's like, oh, look at my familiar pal. Whoop. Ah! Excuse me, who was the one that did that? Why on earth? Close. I'm like, who did that?
The king looks down at
I see the
Warren.
rest of the party, and I know that they haven't left the castle yet. So, my liege.
You look familiar
Person
as
of,
well.
significance.
You
Do I try to make sure that people don't say that to me.
I can't quite place it though. You remind me of a few people. One I recall was someone who liked slushies? Slurpees? I can't
Haven't
recall.
heard of that.
Regardless, I'm glad to see at least 2 of you made the trip. Welcome to Iona. What aid do you request of me?
You seem somewhat familiar with the incident we have involved. Would you be able to help explain things?
Not really. That's for you to find out.
Joy.
Now he has just confused with multiple things. Internally, he's just like, "What's a slushy? Are they talking about the weather? Slush?
Do you happen to have a wayfinder or cartographer or someone who has extensive knowledge of the area?
I have a book. And
That will do.
as he says this, he waves his hand, and into his hands suddenly appears a large tome, which he opens, and almost some kind of astral projection beams itself off of the book into a large map.
I tried to see if there's any bit of it that's
So
familiar.
fascinating.
Rosalio has traveled
Oh.
quite a bit, and so he's trying to find anything on the map that's familiar.
What were you saying, Alhazer? Ali Hazer? I will never be able to say that right.
It's all good. It's all good. He's just kind of like staring at this projected map, now just fascinated and a little bit curious, like he's seeing some sort of new toy that came out. Just that level of excitement of like, oh, that's new. But he's not saying anything. He's kind of just more attentive now that the book is out.
For Rosalio, nothing on this map looks very similar. However, as you continue to look at it, spots on it that had used to be ocean seem to replace itself with land. And the opposite being true as well. Some areas that had been forests or desert suddenly are overcome with a dark, almost obsidian color.
I believe your map may be broken, unless that is a intentional thing.
It's not broken. It's purely the world. Whether the world is broken? Possible.
like that temple. It shattered.
Walls.
Rosalia,
Um,
you feel the shard. Its feedback again.
I bring it out of my pocket and like hold it up. See if there's anything else beyond it, just like resonating. Going.
It feels as if while you look through the glass, it's as if you're peering through different planes. You see this same map, but projecting different realms. In some, you see the plane of fire. In others, you see the Feywild. However, the Feywild looks much different than you recall. It is now similarly being overcome with a darkness that seems more akin to the Shadowfell than the Feywild.
Well, that is alarming. This is the first time Rosalio ever actually like seems even slightly distressed. But seeing the Feywild like become on the map, become more like Shadowfell seems very slightly off.
Small question. Aiden, do you know when you have to go?
I have like a solid. I could probably make it. I think I can make it the rest of the session.
Okay, because we have 28 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we continue. Is that all you need? Or...
Would you happen to have any advice on where we should move forward? Since you seem informed of things going on.
Or had to leave.
There's a few places you could go. The
Not only-
Elven Kingdom. The one surrounded by forest. Not this one, of course. It's in the western continent. You may be able to find out more there. However, it's quite dangerous, as your friends would know. And he says while gesturing towards Munkle and Warren.
No.
I think right now, Munkle is like taking this moment where like when somebody else is talking to the king. He's just like legitimately just like looking just like into fucking air right now to like decipher like what he's thinking right now. There's definitely he's not covering this situation.
That's an entire mood. It's called existential crisis.
Well, actually, yeah.
I suppose I have no other questions besides one to my companions. Did you happen to find any runes we can study?
No. We were whisked away before we could finalize the details of our rooms.
Yeah. But most of the places we went to were rather full.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose your majesty would have any advice on where we could get rooms? This is your kingdom, after all. I would assume you would know a good tavern for us to set up in.
If you would like, you could stay here. We have
Why, that was
plenty of
right.
open rooms.
If everyone else is available tonight.
He just kind of nods slowly, but he's also Ali Hazard's also looking towards Nova and Munkle, making sure they're all right because it has kind of just looking.
Rosalio is, by the way, keeping an eye on everyone and making sure they're all, trying to make sure they're all right.
Yeah, Munkle,
Warren is starting to melt.
okay.
Oh boy.
Well, this is a lot to take in, so I might call it a night. Maybe
Yep.
get some good rest would be beneficial. And
I
who knows,
agree.
might be some sort of game or something. Who knows? I don't know. Well, which way to the rooms?
One more thing to add, Your Highness, in that
Yes?
this might seem unorthodox from the looks of it. This doesn't seem to be a normality by you guys. I'm sorry. Your kingdom have any aquatic housing, perhaps?
We are literally in a marsh. Yes. We
Okay.
we do.
Yeah, I'm saying that because like.
You are a frog.
That's a bit rude, I guess.
That's. I deserve that. That's fair. That's fair.
Also, does anybody? I looked into the party. Do you have any money?
I do carry some things, though, as this seems to be a different world, who knows if the currencies are even the same. Regardless, my performances are well worth any price I should
Alright, hey, I gotta head out. My brain's starting to flatline, so I'm gonna.
Oh, that's chill.
gonna head out.
I think I'm gonna wrap early because I'm pretty exhausted as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no worries. Honestly,
I
we
get
were getting
that.
to the point of wrapping up anyway, so
Yeah, we can get a nice place to rest.
yep, we've got
Yep.
a nice place
Extra
to
room
rest
for
set up.
traps.
Oh, of course.
You know, I had Warren 100% ready to go fight that demon that we fought the first time. I was 100% ready.
Quick note for those of you who were not in the second version of this campaign. This is actually the third. The references to, well, first of all, this king was an NPC that the party knew from the previous campaign,
Yeah.
and his references were to the original party members.
Yeah, he was referring to the character I was playing before.
Yeah, the one who lost like 5 limbs.
Just 5, only 5.
Oh my
Like every time we mention it, the fucking number goes up.
Just 12.
impressive.
Only 12 limbs.
Did he lose several limbs several times? Like, how
was
did he
o-
replace it and then lose
He was
it again?
he was only bisected like twice. Like fucking.
Only twice!
Only twice.
So,
No,
Rosario is
technically,
more and more
technically speaking, one time they were pressure washed off.
Actually,
That
it was
doesn't explain it.
no, cause it's like I had my limbs, but then you know.
Then they went
weren't there
bye-bye.
anymore.
Yeah, the
Yeah, you
problem
got
with that.
hospital.
Yeah, the problem with that campaign was that we didn't have anyone that specialized in like healing anyone.
Oh yeah,
the
no.
first time we got a healer for that campaign, I believe, was like
It was like the 14th session? 15th?
We had
yeah,
it. We had it.
15th.
We had a lot of sessions.
I thought I
Oh,
had
yeah,
a guy
Halili.
who was a he was a healer for a little bit.
A little bit.
Didn't actually get to do anything because that's when the campaigns split up, and
Yeah.
my half of the campaign didn't get to do anything.
Oh, yeah. Alan,
man.
how was your group like?
My
Yeah.
group, we split. The group split up, and that was basically it. I think everyone was just too busy to really like
Yeah.
do anything else. Like it was a pretty hectic at the time. So,
Yeah.
we just weren't able to do anything.
Also,
far
it
as
was a
I'm
pleasure
aware.
meeting
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pleasure meeting all of you. as
This
well.
went
I mean,
surprisingly good.
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Fucking. I had my character like very. I knew what I was gonna fucking do, and then I said I was his cousin.
Yeah, I'm his cousin.
Rosalio, Rosalio had
What?
a moment, genuine, sheer, just like absolute, like wondering why. And he
That
had
was
very
cool.
many. Later, he is going to basically go, why the fuck?
Okay,
Why'd you say
you know what would have been even funnier? If the king turned out to be a frog.
that?
No, I think. No, we can just
I
chalk
did
that up
actually
to.
think of having Rosalio shapeshift as he can to turn into a half orc, so he might be able to sneak in.
No, we can just chalk that up, as my my previous life slipping through for 1 second there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In another universe, in another life, we were indeed cousins.
In another universe, you were a frog, distantly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna head out. It's time for dinner. So
Oh yeah. So
take
yeah,
care.
Alan.
I will
Yo,
see you all next time.
One question, Alan.
Yeah.
Before you head out.
Yeah.
How long do you think your campaign is going to be on the way?
On wait, I mean we can start next Sunday because I was waiting for you to get your situation like fixed up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, I was just waiting for you. So if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go.
No, yeah, like yeah, I'm sorry. It was like a fucking my shit was entirely fucked.
It's
right?
alright. It's alright. You don't
It's
have
all
to
good.
explain. Yeah, you already told me. So like, yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, even then, right?
Also, so yeah, I really hope everyone likes Warren. He's got it.
Warren
He's got
is
it.
the light.
He's got a side that's hiding, but I hope everyone likes him.
I hope
Yeah.
Rosalio
Rosalio
is
Warren.
like no one's like everyone's at least decently positive about Rosalio so far.
Yeah, I mean it's nice to have someone that can actually like push the plot forward.
Yeah,
Rather than just like yeah.
Especially because we're all starting completely clueless, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably part of the problem with Ali is that he's not used to social settings. Like, as much social as he gets is teaching classes. So that, like, being tossed into like a party setting again, like, oh, I was
Yeah.
no, I was not mentally prepared for this. I need to lay down and recompose.
Yeah.
Rosalio wasn't
he-
ready, but he rolls with the punches.
Yeah.
And also has
That
enough
is
charm
so
to actually deal with social interaction quite well.
Yep. So yeah. Yeah.
No, I would. articles about like the social status of like the fucking like a college history professor, but in high school, you know,
Yeah.
like fucking pretty much nothing except asking like his personal assistant to bring him a wrench.
Rosalio is a traveling magician, and so does actually deal with people on a fairly often basis. And
Ellie has just quite a foil of Rosalio, like literally like be by himself and just adventuring on his own.
amazing.
And then Warren has his job. He's a detective by day. And he's got another job by night. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be doing that job for a while. So now I guess Warren's just going to be a detective full time.
Has he discovered any clues yet?
The only clue he has right now. Okay, so are you
How
talking
hot's
about
the case, Doc?
Are you talking about the case that is relevant to the party, or the case that he was working on before God was like, "Hey, stranger, I'd like you to join. I have a program I'd like you to join. It's called the Initiative, the Avengers Initiative." So which mystery are you asking Warren if he has any clues?
I mean, if it's like some character that's gonna be fucking you could just like not say I was talking about why we're here. Fucking
Oh,
tell this Zois.
Warren has absolutely no idea what's going on right now.
Case is gone cold, Dog?
Also,
Very
Rosalio is rather confused, somewhat concerned,
Just-
pretending everything is fine.
just so everyone knows, there will be certain plot lines specific to the people that were already in a version of this campaign. Like with the references to Aiden and Alan's characters knowing the king already. That will be / is its own plot line for them. Also, Sky's character will have a similar thing going on. However, the newbies, I say that affectionately, you guys
Yeah.
will also have your own stuff going on. I assure you, it will not just be focused on the original guys, but that is going to be some of the stuff that's happening, at least as we're getting the campaign rolling again.
Yeah.
I am A-okay with anything. I'm just glad
Yeah.
that I get to be in the campaign and, meet new people, get new stories and such. I really hope we continue our silly endeavors, we get to know each other
Yes,
more.
yes.
Mhm.
My
This has been
DMs are
great
always
fun.
open. If people want to talk about characters or anything, my DMs are pretty much open all the time. And I love to talk about that, so...
Alright. I've already sent friend requests to everyone I wasn't already friends with.
Yeah, I'll probably send some friend requests too.
Alright. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to head off.
Yep. I'm
See you all later.
Alan and Aiden, I will
See you.
shoot you guys a DM after this because I have stuff to talk to you about.
All right. Yeah.
And I
See ya.
really hope everyone likes Goofo, my little owl.
Oh, yes. the owl-
Goofo! That's amazing.
You're lovely.
The owl who
Okay,
the owl who we only know that one image. Best character.
I know.
I'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Alright,
See y'all
see ya.
next week.
Bye.
Next
Bye.
week.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting y'all.
Nice meeting you as well.